So you're wondering why you haven't seen a video from me. Well, this is why. This is been one of the biggest challenges, is to get these spokes out of these hubs. So these are the rims that I've got left. All the tires have been removed and these are in various states of disrepair. There's no shortcut with this, it's just grinding and grinding. I used to use the buffer on this one, but I think I like the wire a bit more. I think it's quicker and it does much the same. And I just use this polish and I end up with quite a nice finish, as you can see there. So rim wise, you can see I have put this through the bead blaster. It's a plastic blaster to clean it. What the plastic blaster does is it doesn't pit the surface, it literally just cleans it off, and you can see the difference between one that hasn't been blasted and one that has. If I put this in the silica blaster, I'll damage the surface. It'll spark erode that finish, and that'll not be what I want at all. We've got one set good. We've definitely got two front wheels rims now. We're going to see what we can get out of these. This was always a spare, but there's a good hub on that. So this is a hell of a task, but you know what? It's so worth it. At the end of the day, you end up coming from this to that. This I've just tried getting this horrible pink anodizing off, because this is still good. They're in good condition. So there we go. I've also blasted this with a bead blaster, and its rim is much cleaner now. So hopefully I've got a little bit more, some of this debris being cleaned off around the spokes. I'm not holding my breath though, but let's see how they come off. Corroded, surface corrosion, but enough to make it a really hard challenge for me. But I needed this rim and I needed spares. So let me show you. So that's finally done, and I've managed to save enough from this pile to find the best 18 of each side. So that's two rims. There's one that's badly cracked, one of them. So I've got two others here to choose from and three good hubs. So this is the last of the horrible jobs. So now I've got to remove them all, and then I've got to get them all polished and cleaned. I want to show you the difference between what I took off the bikes. You can see they're a lost cause. I mean, anyone in their right mind wouldn't want to fit these back on a wheel. Let's move this to the side. These are being blasted, and you can see they're kind of a grayish color. I've found all the nipples at work and bent them straight. So that's that phase, and then the last phase is the polishing and cleaning up of the spoke. So there you go. These spokes are as good as new. So quite an incredible transformation. Quite remarkable. Let me take you through the process of how to polish each one of these. There's 192 spokes, and each one has to be done exactly the same. So I'm kind of getting into a methodical, rhythmical pattern just to keep going. So the first thing to do is I put the nipple on, make sure that the thread is okay, fire up the buffer, I do the end, clean the end, mainly because I want to try and clear the slots. I do the other end because you're going to see that after you've painted the end, the hub, the inside of the hub, so you get that nice and clean. Then you take off the nipple, you hold it upright, you rotate it, clean off the threads, you place it back on, just a few turns, go upside down so that you're typing the nipple onto the thread, and you clean it, because this end is going to show. Then you run down the shaft, then you take your polish, you hold on the nipple side and you give it a good rub. That's one spoke done, one spoke polished. Excuse me, I can just see how much muck I've got on my face. I have been asked if I plate those spokes or not. Well, the answer is no. These spokes are not plated for some reason, I don't know why. What they tend to do is when they form the spokes and put the threads on them, when they polish them up, they put them in a kind of a shaker and basically polishes them up. So if you had a plating on that, it would just rub the plating off. So we actually got mild steel spokes, and if you don't believe me, have a look at these ones. They are corroded to heck. So if anybody thinks those are plated, well, in my opinion, they're not. But maybe there's somebody out there who can tell me they worked in the factory at the time and they were plated, but in my view, they're not. So yeah, let's get them all cleaned up and get them on the bike.